Greetings, I'm Professor K, and in this short video presentation we're going to see how we go about creating a new website up inside of IIS. I'm back over here on our new web server and I'm up inside of the IIS Management Console. What we're going to do now is we're going to create a new website, and we're going to use this one for people who want to place orders from the outside of our network. So we're going to right click on the Sites container and we're going to select Add Website. We're going to call this new site Orders. We're now going to go down here where the physical path is located. We're going to click on that Browse button, and as before we're going to go to the C drive, and up here at the root of the C drive we're going to right click and we're going to create a new folder and we're going to call it Orders. Go ahead and click OK to that. Now let's go ahead and browse back on over to our C drive, and again we need to create a new default document. So we're going to go into the local disk C. We're going to go into this new container that we created called Orders. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to New. I'm going to select Text Document, and I'm going to call this orders.txt. Make sure you only have one extension, and you again double check yourself. Make sure that box for showing file extensions is checked. Once you're certain you've got everything done correctly, go ahead and open up that default document we just created. And we're going to type in a new message, and this time we're going to say, please place your orders here. Once you've ensured everything is spelled correctly, go ahead and close out that document. Go ahead and close out the File Explorer. Return back on over to your IIS Management Console. And we're going to change this port over to port 81. Because we've already assigned port 80 to our default website, so we can only have one website assigned to a port at a time. Now we have to give this a host name. Now this host name is going to have to be unique. We've already used www.cyberoffense.com, so I'm going to call this orders.cyberoffense.com, just like that. And we're going to use HTTP. Now normally if this was an external website, I would have a certificate generated and we would select to use HTTPS, but we're not there yet. So we're going to go ahead and leave it as the default for HTTP, and we're going to change that port over to port 81. So when we're all done, we just click OK, and there's our new order site. So we can now go ahead and click on this new website, click on the name, and from the center window pane, go ahead and open up your default documents. And again, we have to assign that default document as the one we want this new order site to use when someone first accesses the order site. So let's go to Add. And again, we're going to type in the name of this new default document, which is orders.txt. Once you have the name correctly typed in, just go ahead and say OK. I'm back over on my DC1. And we're going to go back up inside of DNS and we're going to create another host record inside of that new zone that we created for our website. So we're going to go to Tools. Again, we're going to open up DNS and we're going to open up that container for our forward lookup zones. We're going to find that new zone that we created for our web server, and again we're going to right click in here and we're going to go to New Host Record, and we're going to call this Orders. And again, we're going to give it the IP address of our IIS server. Once we have that done, we're just going to click on Add Host, click OK, and we're done. I'm back over on my IIS server, and now we need to make a change to our firewall. So let's go up inside of our control panel. And from the control panel, we're going to select our firewall. And from here, go ahead and make that full screen. And from here, we're going to go to Advanced Settings, and we're going to go to Inbound Rules. So for our default website, we already had a default rule for port 80, which was allowing that HTTP traffic to come in on port 80. But now we have to add another inbound rule to allow that same HTTP traffic to come in on port 81. So we're going to go ahead and right click on Inbound Rules, and we're going to go to New Rules, and this is going to be a port. Move that up here a little bit so we can see what we're doing. We're going to go ahead and click Next. And we're going to use TCP, and we're going to specify the port as being port 81. We're going to click Next, and now we're going to allow the connection, and we're going to click Next. And here we're going to leave this as a default We're going to leave those 3 boxes checked for domain, private, and public, and we're going to click Next. And now we have to give this new rule a name. So we're going to call this external. We'll just call it external access. You can give it a description if you so desire, and we're going to click Finish. So we're now ready to test our new website's web page and see if it's working. So we've configured the firewall. We've got a new default document configured. And this time I've opened up my Windows 10 client, and I'm going to go to the Start button, and we're going to click on Internet Explorer. And from here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to type in the name of our new website, and we're going to do a little trick. We're going to have to select the port that we want this website to use. So we have to type in the name of the website, and at the end of the name we have to type in a colon, and we have to tell it to use port 81. And we can see that our new website is working because we have pulled up the new default document. So that's going to conclude this short video presentation on how we go about creating a new website inside of IIS. So if you have any questions or concerns about any of the material that was covered in this short video presentation, please do not hesitate to reach out and contact your instructor, and I'll see you in my next video.